Yo, 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 what's good, y'all? Welcome back to another edition of Manga After Dark. What's good, y'all? It's Thursday and the chapter's out. Shout out to TCB Scans. So if you're here and I'm here, Pirate Hour is amongst us, and it's time to dive into another chapter of Ichiro Oda's greatness, One Piece, chapter 1176. Getting close to 1200, ladies and gents. Oof. So we got the Straw Hats running on a bunch of gold. You see the Sunny, you see Jinbei holding up a dish. And it's raining coins from the sky, raining gold. Alright, so this is a dope cover page. Notes. Vanji's concert at the Tokyo Dome was insanely cool. His constant evolution is truly inspiring. Ichiro Oda. The Tokyo Dome is a place I want to go to. I'm a big wrestling fan, professional wrestling. In Tokyo Dome, people always talk about the main event at the Tokyo Dome. It's pretty dope. So I definitely want to go to a New Japan show in Japan at the Tokyo Dome at some point. So bucket list item. So we'll see when that happens. Oh, we got the live action crew. I've actually still not watched the first season of One Piece live action. I need to do that before season 2 comes out. What, in a few days, I believe it's like March 10th, something like that. It's coming out relatively soon. But let's dive right into the chapter. Oh, I'm gonna get some water. Loki's Thorheim roars out. That's Franky. Where's Franky been? So chapter 1176 with Pride. Ow! It's one hell of a party over there, huh? Where's Franky coming from? So this is Franky and Lilith. What are you doing, Lilith? Isn't Vegapunk in that box? It's a good thing I unloaded it near the school. These are Omni Drain Converter, ODCs for short. I'm fairly certain Hovertech should be feasible on Elbaf. What? Frankie and Bonnie are like, huh? Come again? Don't you feel it? Over here, back there, this place is teeming with energy. It's all around us. Have you never tried harnessing anything stronger than cola to power yourself? Frankie, huh? Frankie upgrades, let's go finally. It's been about time. This should have been happened. Like, that's the one thing, like, with Egghead. Like, we should have festered similar to Vegapunks. Technically, they're doing that right now. Never mind. I guess it still throws me off that, like, she is the same as Stella. Eh, but yeah, but like y'all get my point. A lot of people like there were some moments that should have been had an egghead between Vegapunk and the others, but technically because Lilith is here, that those moments still can happen, just in a roundabout way than what we expected. So Lilith, have you never tried harnessing anything stronger than cola to power yourself? Frankie, huh? Whoa, the flames have grown so much. This is a nightmare. The world really might be ending today. Did you see that thing? That dragon so big. It even dwarfs Kaido. Is that still Frankie? Or is that who's that talking? So we got confirmation it dwarfs Kaido. So no people. I saw one of King of Lightning's video about like scaling Loki. And I generally agree because like when I first reacted to the chapter of Loki emerging, I didn't realize that was giant Luffy on his head. I was like, oh yeah, Luffy's on his head with the. Also, that scroll is humongous as well, because giant Luffy is Kaido-ish in size, if not slightly bigger. And that squirrel wasn't that much smaller than Luffy, so that squirrel's also absurdly huge. But yeah, I didn't catch that was giant Luffy on Loki's head, and yeah, Loki's absurdly huge, like country size, mountain range size plus continent size being. Like it's nuts how big Loki is. Shout out to King of Lightning. Whoa, the flames have grown so much. This is a nightmare. The world really might be ending today. Did you see that thing on the drag? Did you see that thing? That dragon's so big it even dwarfs Kaido. So Usopp. Then again, was it Luffy on its back? Does that mean it's on our side? And Usopp's like is going hysterical. Nami, that dummy's always pulling some reckless stunt. Are you ready, Zeus? I thought his name is Cotton now. Yep, I'm good to go. Let's hurry. This will still be tricky, but at least we don't have to worry about the kids anymore. So Robin is tending to Saul. So Jinbei and Nami are running somewhere with Zeus. So yeah, Saul's fucked. Saul's messed up. Saul, ugh. So sorry, I got no business lying around here at time like this. Are you okay? I think that's Sanji. Here we go. Come on, Zeus. This is urgent. We gotta put out the flames at the school and the library. This is a dope panel of all the fire. Good job with all the shading, Oda. Oda, this must have taken like a crap ton of time to draw. Leave it to me, Nami. How did is Zeus is massive? I saved up plenty of water like you asked. That's perfect for Nami-san. She's ready for anything. So Nami stanced up. She got the power stance. And also Oda in the SBS confirms that she's wearing nothing underneath the skirt. Oda. What are we doing? What, what are we doing? Chill, Oda, chill. But Nami stanced up, pouring rain. Zeus with the intense look on his face. Tempo! And a giant rainstorm is falling on the school. Please let this work, Nami. Zeus, said Robin. Saul, is that rain? Zeus, rah! Go away. Hey, this wasn't part of the deal. Who said you could put out the fire? I think there's like a nightmare creature coming near him. Yeah, a monster. Watch out, Zeus. Zeus, huh? Our terms were clear. You are meant to forsake all this history crap. And like a giant like snake thing ate Zeus. Oh, it's Killingham. So he was nearby the school. I was wondering where was Killingham because we saw him at the school with the fire. So I guess he stayed there this entire time, or at least in that general vicinity. Yeah, Zeus! The giant snake just ate it. Is that a snake? No, it's a lindworm. What I find most scary, a lindworm. Nami, Zeus! He was our last hope to put out these flames. This is Sanji. Who is so it's Sanji killing him. So like I was for the longest figuring out what the matchups are going to be. I was thinking I was leaning Sanji Summers because it just seems like they parallel each other a lot. But Summers, but he looks like he's a swordsman. But Killingham also has a bladed weapon, so that was a good red herring by Oda to give Killingham a bladed weapon. So I was really thinking. Plus, Summers injured Robin, so I was really trying to figure out who was going to be the matchups, the Holy Knights and the Straw Hat, Zoro and Sanji. So look like it's going to be Zoro and Summers, Sanji, Killingham, unless somehow they swap. So this is interesting. Sanji, he was our last hope to put out these flames. Who is that guy? Jinbei. He must want to be the three demons. The ODCs are engaging. Jinbei, huh? Fwing! Thermal energy absorption. Fwing! They're like just absorbing energy from Elbaf. So that's very interesting. Elbaf is flowing with energy. That's interesting. So I'm guessing that's why the. So is it going to be something like the human like? There's like the humans of like the reason why Elbaf has giants because humans settled there. They just grew big because of the excess energy that this island provided. I still need to. They still need to explain the ancient giants. That's just a weird placement where they used to be green. Now they're not. They're like a fourth of the size. Their horn placements are different. And that skull of Onigashima has to be an ancient giant as well. So that means they were drastically bigger at some point. So like, there's lots of things we need to explain about what's going on with these ancient giants. So the ODCs are absorbing thermal energy. Crackle, crackle, whoosh, whoosh. They're just flying through the forests. And there's like, you can see the energy boiling up inside of it. Killingham, what is this thing? Oh, they're sucking in the fire. Holy shit. They literally absorbed all the thermal energy of the air and they froze the entire landscape. The flames are out. What the? Everything's frozen, Robin. What happened? Seems like they did it. The fire in the school and the library have all been extinguished. Lilith, even calamities are ultimately just clumps of energy facts. Frankie, take this. What are we about to see? Wait, what are we about to? She tossed that thermal energy stuff at Frankie, or she took something out. Yeah. Oh, so there was a bottle of cola, or at least some type of bottle attached to the ODC, and she passed it to Frankie. Frankie, take this for a whirl. Frankie, hold up. This bottle looks like it's gonna burst. Yep, I call it Super Vega Cola. Your internal structure is truly magnificently designed. You're at least on par with the pacifista. But I was shocked to learn you managed to run yourself on plain old cola. So Frankie's body itself is pacifista grade, which is fairly high. It takes like high-end New World pirates to defeat pacifistas. So like Frankie, so that like, so yeah, that's a lot. So yeah, so okay, yeah, because the Marine Ford, yeah. So it takes high-end. I know people make fun of Whitebeard's allies, but by definition, those dudes were high-end New World captains. So they were beating pacifistas fairly easily. Luffy post time skip one shot at a pacifista, but for most 90% of the One Piece pirate world, a pacifista just negs them. There's nothing they can do. What have we done? 90% is probably too high. Like 80-ish% of the pirates in the One Piece world, there's absolutely nothing they can do to a pacifista. So hearing that Frankie's body is pacifista grade structurally, that's interesting. But I was shocked to learn you managed to run yourself on plain old cola. Listen good now, so Lilith has a gleam in her eye. Your feel is your passion. When you use this stuff, your power will explode, and Frankie is shook. He shooketh. Zeus, wow, it's so dark. Nami, save me. Nami, Zeus, I'm coming. And Killingham is right next to the monster. Robin, Saul, can you make it to the library? Saul, of course I can. Robin, you must be worried sick. All that history was left to us by O'Hara. Killingham is laughing. Devour the library, dream demon. Don't give them even the faintest glimmer of hope. Roar! And there's a massive dream demon, so it's about to try to engulf the school. Killingham. A new world can only be born by severing things like history. Is Killingham related? Killingham has to be related to that chick in the flashback. Damn, the one with the Maffy. They have to be related. There's no way that the Celestial Dragon has all these freaks. There was a Yeti there. Or a gargoyle. Whatever. It had wings. It was like a gargoyle. Like, the Celestial Dragon has freaks amongst their ranks. Like, not just like by behavior or constitution. They're like literal freaks. A new world can only be born by severing things like history. Killingham is yelling. Nami, leave Zeus to me. Jinbei, he'll cough him right up after a strike from my fist. So Jinbei's in the water. Jinbei in the water is like a it's like a Pokemon using belly drum. Like Jinbei gets all the buffs. He's high end Yonko. He's like, I mean, of course the Kakarot's in the water. Jinbei negs him, but like Jinbei in the water, damn near undefeated. So Jinbei's in water. So Killingham, whoa, is that a fishman? They really are the most. Last week was the hard R. This week we got the racism. Oda. March just started. Relax. They really are the most repulsive race in the world. If anyone's going to gag, it'll be me. Good thing I brought my mask. I don't know how Oda's gonna end the story without killing all of them. I keep saying this, but I truly mean it. How do you end the story without just killing all of them? Like the whole one has to sink. Like I like it's gonna be like one of those off-screen mass killings. It's gonna be like, and the Holy Land's now underwater, and we just have to take that we understand that none of them made it out. So Killingham, good thing I brought my mask. Sanji, yeah, finally step up. Yeah, let's go. That elitist attitude and gross ideology, it's typical for a celestial dragon. Yeah, Sanji's pissed. Let's go. You really must be out of touch if you don't even recognize a former warlord like Jinbei. Now, how are you gonna pay for insulting a member of our crew? How about I kick a hole in that precious mask of yours? Super. My jumping power is unreal. How is Frankie jumped? What? Frankie just bounded. What? All my muscles are raring to go. With this boost, any monster that crosses me is gonna be crying for mercy after just one hit. So Frankie stands up. Super strong. Jinbei, Fishman Karate Secret Technique. Sanji, Ifrit Jambe. So Frankie's coming in from the left, and the monster is looking at the front. The monster sees Frankie. Sanji's coming directly in front of Killingham, and he's like rolling. Dexter, super strong Dexter. Dexter is Latin for right. Kanji is Latin for right. Kanji's choice also reflects this. So Frankie just like blows up. He just like punches the head off. Vagabond drill. Jinbei punches it in the guts. Ifrit Jambe Concasse. Super strong Dexter. Or I guess super strong right. So that was Frankie's super strong right. He just punches the head right off. Fishman Karate Secret Technique. Vagabond Drill. And we see Zeus shooting right up. Wow. Ifrit Jambe Concasse. Wow. That thing got devastated. Kaido would feel that. So the monster head's just falling off. West Village. Demonic giant warrior pirates Dory and Brogy. Gya 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 gya. Versus the warriors of West Village. Stanson, Hydruden, Jarul, and Zoro. So they're reforming. See, their shoulders are reforming. Uh, with their regeneration, we could keep cutting them down over and over for eternity, and every one of them is a familiar face. Just seeing them get hurt pains us. So they're all charging. What the hell can we do to stop this? Yes, it's a pretty messed up situation. So they're about to attack. Yeah, yeah. And there's like an alert. Captain Dory, Captain Brogy, are you still there? They're like hesitating. Wait, what happened? Did they strike each other? Dory, are you still in there? Wheeze, I'm barely hanging on, Brokey. Huff, huff. So they're fighting back. So maybe Emu's getting taxed too much, or their will is that powerful. Zora's looking on. They fell to their knees. We're in utter disgrace. How could we ever allow such mindless insults against the esteemed elder like Jarul to cross our lips? Taking his head would stain our honor for generations. Right, it never should have come to this. We're in agreement. Of course we are. Farewell, partner. We'll never yield to these demons. A whole century of duels. We had grand time. We had the grand time of it together, didn't we? So they're clash. What? So they're flashbacking. We are warriors of Elbath. There's nothing left for us but to die with pride. Their Brogy is their Dory is has his mouth agape. Brogy is laughing. They cut each other's heads off. Chiefs! Thud. Thud. Zoro. Dory. Brogy. They're all yelling, Captain Dory! Captain Brogy! Why did they do that? Their bodies flipping. Turn, huh? Wait, huh? What? Their heads are attached. Ugh. Oda, that's some oh shit. Oda, that's some oh shit. What? You're both back to normal. Their mean. That means their means are even back in place. Their heads can see that. Their heads are even back in place. Then that means death breaks the demonic curse. So we can go all out against the rest, huh? Our gruesome corpses weren't a pretty sight for you all, Brogy. It seems your body returns to working shape the moment you flip back. That's some oh shit. There's no need to hold back Hydruden stanced up. Now we know we just need to land a fatal blow and they'll be restored. Dory. That means lopping off their heads will work. We could even gouge their hearts out. But that's totally out of the question. I mean, they're our friends, right? The warriors square up. The demons, huh? Hey, get all the kids back home. They shouldn't be here. Zoro, I feel kind of bad. Brogy, yeah, this is really breaking my heart. Dory, mine bleeds for them, honestly. Hydruden, my chest aches too. Stanson, we're all very reluctant, but you guys better brace yourselves. break next week. That's terrible. Absolutely terrible. I'm hoping Emu has a better version of this ability. That this is only because this is Gunko Emu and not Emu Emu. Because that's terrible. Absolute terrible. But the combo attack was dope. The super strong right, the Ifrit Jambe Concasse, and the Vagabond Drill. So they're gonna murk all these giants, and then Summers is just gonna like wander up and like diff some of the giants or something. Um, I'm curious to see more of this upscaled Frankie. I'm intrigued by this. His body is pacifista grade, and this cola levels him up. All right, let's read that part again. Your internal structure is truly magnificently designed. You're at least, so it's even better, on par with the pacifista that Vegapunk designed. While shocked to learn you managed to run yourself on plain old cola, listen good now. Your fuel is your passion. When you use this stuff, your power will explode. Super! My jumping power is unreal. All my muscles are raring to go. With this boost, any monster that crosses me is gonna be crying for mercy after just one hit. Super strong rights. So I wonder how long this lasts. Is this like a permanent boost, or does Frankie need to recharge his Super Vega Cola, or like he's gonna have limited amounts of Super Vega Cola, so he has to ration it. Um, so I'm sure Lilith is gonna give him that, like, even though, because Lilith is not gonna stay with the shards forever. Um, Lilith should either stay on Elbath or leave with Bonnie to the Revolutionary Army. That's where Lilith should go. Well, yeah, she goes to Revolution because Vegapunk and Dragon are friends. So Lilith should be making her way to the Revolutionary Army at some point. But the ODC sees she should leave some of them with the Straw Hats at least. So we'll see this Super Frankie at some points throughout the series. It's probably going to be like in every arc, he's gonna like in the background charge these things. So when he's facing his main villain that he's supposed to fight, he's like, "Oh, thank God I charged the ODC when we landed on the island," and he's gonna pop the Vega Cola to do his finishing attack. Or maybe he's gonna have a bottle just in him. He's just gonna ration it. Because I'm sure it's gonna make his muscles very tight. So he's got to like get accustomed to doing this. But I'm curious to see more of this Super Frankie. Um, I'm curious to see why Oda is scaling him up. Because like Frankie should have been more powerful out of the time skip, so it was always weird that Frankie was kind of a non-factor power scale wise outside the radical beam. But at least Oda's like, all right, now we're just gonna fast track him to where he should be at this point. Um, so I'm curious to see if that confirms that Brooke was hiding stuff. Like Brooke should know hockey. Brooke should know a lot of things. So it's possible that we're just gonna get a massive upscale for all of the characters after Elbath. But no, it's pretty interesting. Super Vega Cola. Sanji's anti-racist confirmed. Shout out. He caved his head in. So I guess this is the real test case for Sanji and Conqueror's Hockey. Oh, was I think armament hockey for Frankie? We see like white lightning bolts emanating from Frankie's impact. That's possible. That's plain old regular armament. Um, yeah, there are like white lightning strikes coming out of it. That might just be genuine grade one armament, but with a certain physical strength, that's enough. We didn't see any black lightning from Sanji's kick, so we're curious. As far as we know, Konkurasaki is the only thing that could hurt these Holy Knights. So we're gonna see if either Sanji is just gonna out damage him, or does Sanji have Conqueror's Haki, and that's how he's gonna fight back. But yeah, I need to see more of this Super Frankie. I'm curious about this. And shout out to Zeus. What was this? What was Nami's attack called? Let's see. Pouring Rain Tempo. That was a pretty dope attack. And shout out for Lilith for absolutely absorbing all of the thermal energy. Yeah, so Frankie has two slots, and so we could see two slots in Frankie's stomach. There might be a third slot. So it's possible that Frankie just stores multiple bottles and he doesn't get the ODCs. He just has to ration the bottles he has. But hopefully he gets the device, or even if he doesn't get the device, he'll learn how to build one himself. Like him and Usopp combined, plus Lil should give him the instructions. So Frankie should be able to recreate this for the rest of the series, is what I'm saying. But these fake deaths were horrible. Oda, come on. These fake. This is horrible. I was about to choke up for a bit. And how their heads are back. So it's like these are simulations. It's like these are avatars. It's like Emu puts their bodies. It's like Emu's like it's like the Matrix. Like you have like a body, and you have like a your real bodies somewhere in a pod, and you have like an avatar living life. That's like what this looks like. None of the Domi Reversied individuals are actually physically themselves. There's some type of dark avatar that Emu conjured up. What? For their heads to just be there. Oh, that was bad. Oda, that was bad. That was bad. I enjoy the chapter outside of that this horrible end. What? There's a better way to reach this conclusion than to have a fake out death of all fake out death. Flashback, heartfelt words, statements about pride. Also, I didn't know Hydrogen was it looks bigger than Dorian Broggy by a decent amount. I guess it makes sense because not Odin, Harold was an ancient giant or had ancient giant blood. So I guess it makes sense for Hydrogen to be bigger than other giants. Because I don't think Dory and Brody are smaller giants. I think they're like regular sized, average giants. Even Stanson, Hydrogen looks decently bigger than Stanson. I didn't really notice that before. Was maybe you need to look at other panels. Was Hydrogen always? It could be perspective. They could be because Hydrogen is in the background, but he looks noticeably bigger than the other giants. It was a good chapter. The combo attack, the super strong right, Vagabond Drill, Ifrit Jambe, Concass. That was fire. That was absolute fire. Pouring Rain Tempo was dope. Super Frankie intrigues me. I need more Super Frankie. Um, Lilith having Elbaf being so what was the energy thing about the fire then that Lilith was talking about? Or was Elbaf still teaming with energy? But Lilith having a device like yeah, it's pretty dope. Let's see, let me find that part. These are Omni Drain converters. I'm fairly certain Hovertech should be feasible on Elbaf, huh? Come again. This place is teeming with energy. So yeah, so it's not just the fire. This Elbaf itself is teeming with energy. So Lilith's gonna get the hover stuff working, and she got the ODCs to put out the fire and give Franky his super cola. This is outside of the ending. I like this chapter. The ending was just bad. I don't. You didn't need to do this, Soda. You didn't need to do this. But no, let me know what y'all think about the chapter. Let me know what y'all think about the fake out death. I do not like. I don't like. Yeah, come on, come on. Just have Zoro do one big attack and they just turn back to normal. You could have done something like that. Haidu didn't do one of his super punches. I don't know. Anything but like, I'm gonna miss you, brother. Me too, brother. For prideful warriors. Shit, we're alive. Like, stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.